Democrats doing Olympic-level flip-flops on immigration. President Trump introduced a merit-based immigration plan, but the Democrats are misleading the country on a border crisis that desperately needs fixing. And now this, the Democrats did sound like Trump before Trump became president. Democrats demanded a crackdown on the border. Here's Nancy Pelosi ripping into the president's plan yesterday.
I want to just say something about the word that they use, merit. It is really a condescending word. Are they saying family is without merit? Are they saying most of the people who have ever come to the United States in the history of our country are without merit?
But it's Nancy Pelosi who is the biggest flip-flopper of all. Nancy Pelosi supported merit-based immigration. She demanded Democrats crack down on the border back in 2013. Pelosi urged House Democrats to vote yes for the exact same immigration reform agenda the president now wants, a merit-based system. Also, stop family chain migration. That's what the Democrats were for 6 years ago. Also, stop the visa lottery. Joining me now is former Republican Governor of Wisconsin, Scott Walker. Governor, your take on that?
Yeah, it's simple. Three things have changed. The words are simple. President Donald Trump. There's no other reason why Pelosi and Schumer and all the rest of the Democrats who are hypocrites in this are out there saying what they're saying after, as you said, they pushed for this years ago. It just makes sense. We want makers, not takers in America. We want people at a time when we've got a healthy economy, the lowest unemployment rate we've had in 50 years, thanks to Donald Trump's tax cuts and other good policies. We want to make sure we have people that can come in. But when times are tough, like they were 7, 8, 9 years ago, we want to make sure we got an immigration system that dials down a little bit. And it should go back and forth depending on the merit, just like we did all throughout our history in the past.
Here's Nancy Pelosi demanding that Democrats must, quote, reaffirm our values, advance our ideals, honor our history as a nation of immigrants. Pelosi went on to cheer the 52 Senate Democrats who voted for immigration reform, including merit-based immigration, saying, quote, the Senate moved our country one step closer to achieving common sense reform that reflects our heritage and makes America more American. I mean, this is pretty brazen hypocrisy. Can the country believe anything the Democrats say now? Our border is in trouble, period. And they are AWOL hypocrites. Now, not all immigrants are just takers. A lot of immigrants do work hard. But, but the point being is that Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Bernie Sanders, 52 Senate Democrats all wanted what Trump wants now.
Illegal immigration is wrong, plain and simple. Until the American people are convinced that we will stop future flows of illegal immigration, we will make no progress on dealing with the millions of illegal immigrants who are here now.
Sorry, Governor, that was Chuck Schumer back in 2009. Governor, your reaction to Chuck Schumer?
Over and over again. Yeah, I mean, a decade ago, he thought border security was a big issue. 6 years ago, he and 51 other Senate Democrats voted for this. Nancy Pelosi asked House members, her Democrats as well as others, to vote for a package that include this. They were for it before they were against it, and the only reason they're against it is because Donald Trump is for it.
But why should voters listen to anything that these top Democrats say when they are brazenly flip-flopping and the Border Patrol is saying, we're in crisis, we need help, and no Democrat has ever sat down to talk to them? Why should any voter believe anything the Democrats have to say now? There's a serious credibility crisis when they do things like this. They were for exactly what the president wants now, 6 years ago. And now they're trying to rip into the president for the same agenda they wanted. I think the American people see right through this, Governor.
I think they really do. And I think they see it every step of the way. They're going to try and stop this president from moving forward common sense ideas that Americans are for, not just today, but you think back to Ellis Island, that's exactly what Ellis Island was. I think about my ancestors, my family, and so many other Americans out there. We had people come to America. They had to make sure they had enough money to get up and going so they wouldn't be wards of the state, that they had a job, an opportunity. That's exactly what we want. If people want to come to America and they want to live the American dream by working, we want to have people at a time when we've got record number of jobs available and we've got higher wages and great opportunities. Again, thanks to the policies of this president that people like Pelosi and Schumer are trying to dismantle. The American public needs to see through this, and I believe in states like Wisconsin, they're going to do just that.
Well, there are new developments tonight regarding that disgraceful Pennsylvania state rep. His name is Brian Sims. Now, you might remember that he was caught harassing the pro-life teens outside a Planned Parenthood clinic in Philadelphia earlier this week, also the elderly woman. Well, today, in response, and I love this, hundreds of pro-lifers hit back in a show of force and prayerful force outside of that clinic. Well, guess who was too scared to show up to bully more teenagers and more people? That's right, Brian Sims. Joining me now is Ashley Garrett, who was harassed alongside her daughters by Sims. Ashley, first of all, you're a hero to me. I love the fact that you stared him down when this first thing blew up in front of the clinic. And just for our viewers who did not see what he said afterward, I want to play it. Let's watch.
I have seen firsthand the insults, the slurs, the attacks, and the racism that those protesters aim at mostly young girls going there for clinical care. I know that two wrongs don't make a right, and I can do better, and I will do better.
That was his version of an apology. Was that okay by you?
No. At no point did he make an actual apology. I believe in that video he is really only referencing his interaction with the other woman. He never made any reference to his encounter with my daughters and their friend. He certainly doesn't address the fact that he approached them aggressively, verbally harassing them, threatening, and takes no accountability for his actions. He literally never says, "I'm sorry." So that's not an apology.
Oh, imagine if the shoe were on the other foot here. Imagine if this was some conservative legislator shaming or trying to shame girls at a pro-choice rally and had tried to intimidate them and verbally harass them as he was doing, and then offered that kind of apology. The left would be laughing him right off, and they would be demanding his resignation. Are you demanding that he resign? He step aside?
I think Mr. Sims has made it clear that he is an elected official who does not understand the fundamental rights that American citizens hold under the First Amendment, the right for free expression of religion and freedom of speech. As elected officials, it's their responsibility to protect those rights. He chose instead to infringe and attack our rights. I think that leaves him unworthy to hold the office in which he sits.
Well, the left claims to be so tolerant, don't they? They're so tolerant except when someone disagrees with them and is persuasive in his or her disagreement. And today, I have to ask you, how did it feel to be out there with so many great members of the pro-life community supporting the mission, supporting the cause of innocent life being protected? And it was a show of positive force. I saw the video. I loved it. I loved every minute of it.
Laura, it was incredible. I thought that I was overwhelmed just when the fundraiser that my husband and I launched in response to this reached $100,000 in 2 days. I thought that was overwhelming. But when I reached 12th and Locust today and I saw, I think my best guess is maybe there were 1,000 people there.
That's great.
I was overcome. I had to take a minute to compose myself because it was just incredible. The love and the power it was unbelievable.
Ashley, good things come from an uncomfortable, awful experience, and your daughters also learned a lot. Stand up for themselves. They all talk about girl power. Well, your daughter showed us what girl power is, standing up to the intolerant bullies on the left. And I salute you as a mother and as a pro-life person. I'm so proud of you. Good for you. And it looks like a lot more than a few hundred people. Thank you very much.